Hey everybody, look who I found creeping around in my backyard.
We're back.
We are back! And we're about to crack 20,000 total views, buddy.
We should. We should do it.
This one should do it.
Yeah.
Hint, hint.
Uh-huh.
Hey, K&B Music Den, we are back. Sorry for the delay. It was pretty much all my fault.
100%.
Yes. I moved one county over from Lancaster to York. Those of you from Pennsylvania know what I'm talking about. Those of you who don't, Google it or buy a map.
Is there maps anymore?
Google Maps, I should have combined
Google
it.
Maps.
He's
Okay.
right. He's always right.
Okay.
So, here's what we're going to do. We are going to talk about, now this album has actually been released in stages. There's what, Act 1, Act 2, Act 3. I don't know if they officially call it that, but Atum, am I saying that right? Atum? Atum?
If you listen to Billy Corgan say it, it's like Atum. Like he says it in a way that's like,
it
doesn't make sense.
It's very
Yeah.
Atum. Yeah.
Atum, yeah.
Atum, let's call it that. Atum. The new triple album.
Yeah.
He's outdone himself because we knew Melancholy was the double album back in the 90s. So now he tried to outdo that with Atum, the new album from Smashing Pumpkins. So I know, Brad, you and your son are...
Oh, my son's a huge
Smashing
Jimmy
Pumpkins
Chamberlain fan especially. Yeah,
Yeah, the drummer, yeah, because your son plays the drums. Yeah.
Yep.
But yeah, I'm going to have you kind of...
Yeah. Well, I don't know how much you know about the album. Now, did you listen to the album in its stages or did you listen to it all once it came out?
I listened as it came out. Like,
Oh, you did? You did?
yeah, I didn't wait to listen to all
Okay.
33 songs. It is, right, at once?
It is, yeah.
Which is probably a good thing because I would have had to listen to 33 songs in just the past couple of days, which maybe you did.
I basically did, yeah.
Okay.
I heard pieces of songs and stuff
Yeah.
without trying to. I wanted to hear it as a whole. I don't like catching pieces of something that's not in its entirety.
Yeah, that's fair.
So I did wait. I tried to wait as much as I could and
Patient.
do the whole thing as it came out.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you're familiar or not. According to Billy Corgan, this is the third piece of a trilogy.
Okay.
With Melancholy being step one,
Okay.
Machina being two, and this being the third part of a big giant rock opera. Yeah, where in the first one has to do with a guy named Zero, I guess. From,
Oh, yeah.
And then in two you had Glass and the Ghost Children or something like that from Machina. And in three, I don't know the whole story yet.
Atum.
Atum, I don't know.
Now it's interesting because the first part of this trilogy you're talking about, the first part was a double album, the second part was a single album,
Yep.
and the third part's a triple. Wow, that's interesting.
So that's what he
It's kind of a trilogy within itself, though, is the way I'm
Yeah.
thinking of it. But hey,
Yeah.
who are we to question the genius of William?
Yeah, William Patrick Corgan.
There it is.
There you go, WPC. So, what were your takeaways? Since you're not as
Yeah, I'm not as
big of a Pumpkins fan, where do you?
I'm a Pumpkins fan, no
But
doubt,
yeah.
but I'm not as much of a historian of them as you are. Let's say.
Okay.
He said jealously. You know what? It's interesting because when I first started to listen to the first album, the first act or whatever, part of me was like, like there's a lot of synth stuff here. I kind of miss some of the more edgy guitar stuff from the 90s work. But, you can't always stay in the same lane. Not that they haven't done synth stuff before,
exactly.
let's be honest. Another thing I noticed, his voice seems to be very
Up front
in the mix, which sometimes
is not good.
is not good.
No, and that's been a Pumpkin fan complaint for a while now.
Yes.
They don't want his voice up front, and he keeps popping it right up front.
Yeah.
So
He's got a great voice. He's got a unique voice, but it almost seems like the way he's singing now, I don't know. He has like that, that sneer, that kind of whine that's kind of signature to the Corgan's vocal style.
Yeah.
But it almost seems like he's ramping it up a bit more and almost embellishing it a bit more now that he's older, and maybe that's to help hit the notes. I don't know. Not that he's like 80 years older.
It might just be more noticeable too with how it is in the mix. It's so up front in the mix that you can hear.
That's probably what it is. Yeah.
Instead of it sounding like he's forcing his way up through the band like you did on Siamese Dream and Melancholy, where he was in the mix with the band. Now he's in the front and the band's behind him, and you hear.
Well, speaking of the band, and I'm embarrassed to say I didn't do enough research to know this.
Okay.
Who is on this triple album as far as besides Billy, like from the original?
It's pretty original. I mean, you have Jimmy.
Okay.
You have James.
Oh, James E. High is back.
Yep.
Okay.
And then you have not Darcy.
Yeah.
We're never going to see Darcy again.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, she was great back in the day, but no, I mean, she's kind of fell off the wagon from what I understand.
Yeah.
Unless I'm wrong, Darcy, don't get mad at me. I don't know. I mean, maybe she's great in putting out solo albums. I just haven't heard them, but yeah. So, but no, it's. I mean, he's got a lot of the band back. My outlook on this album, it's odd. Pumpkin fans have not been happy with anything William Patrick Corgan has done since probably, I would say, Machina.
Okay.
Everything else has gotten complaints all over it. I love the Oceana. That album was hit or miss for people.
Yeah, I know you love
Monuments, I think, was more missed than hit for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Zeitgeist, I really enjoyed Zeitgeist. But that
is hard to find, by the way.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that seemed to be when the vocals started going towards the front. I still enjoyed the album. I think musically and stuff, there was still a lot of great stuff on there.
Yeah.
And if you look, there's memes on the internet you can find where it says Pumpkin fans in 2007, and they're bitching and yelling about how bad Zeitgeist is.
Yeah.
But in 23, it says Pumpkin fans in Zeitgeist, and they're just enthralled with it.
Yeah, exactly.
It's come around, so it's hard. I hate to judge anything Corgan does way in advance.
True.
Because it ages sometimes. My problem with this album is the electronic aspect of it. The synths and the sound effects, the noises they use, sound very dated to me.
Yes, I agree.
It's not that I don't want the Pumpkins to do anything electronic or say, well, you can't mess with it. Because they put out Adore, which was a fantastic album.
Yeah.
Which was very much, synth and electronic, but it was absolutely Pumpkins, and it was groundbreaking.
Yeah.
This is not. To me, these synths sound dated. They sound like someone pulled out some equipment from they had to dust off a little bit. I feel like Corgan's trying to make a David Bowie style, Watch What I Can Do, triple Space Odyssey type album.
Yeah.
But I think it's too much. There's good songs on here.
Oh, yeah.
Track 3, good and Goodbye, is it? I'm saying Good and Goodbye. But track 3, fantastic. I got that one.
Which track 3?
First, Act 1, track 3.
Okay.
I thought that was a fantastic track.
Yeah.
There's about 6 or 7 other ones where I went, you know what, if you made a single album where you cut out all the electronics, and I don't know if the story would flow because it is a concept album.
Yeah.
So maybe the story doesn't flow.
See, you're saying a lot of things that I've been thinking about as I've been listening to this in stages, and then, and I listened to it a lot more again this weekend leading up to this review. I wonder if WPC, Mr. Corgan, is going to end up being like how I always say I feel about Ryan Adams, where if you don't get it in the moment it's released and it's not speaking to you, it's not him, it's you. And someday a light bulb will go off and you'll be like, this is a brilliant thing that he did.
Yeah.
Now, the sheer volume of it, 33 songs, right? Okay, and it comes back to the whole debate. Do you want a killer 11, 12 track album that's just like absolute killer, every song is amazing, or do you want all this material and sift through it yourself? Normally,
to me, it depends. There's the highs and there's the lows, and it depends how high are the highs and how low are the lows.
True. Well, I don't think there's anything terrible on any of these albums. I don't think there's anything terrible.
Did you listen to the song Hooray? What the hell was that? I mean, now I've seen a lot of opinions on that song. I started giggling at first. I thought it was a joke. I was like, this must be some sort of an interlude jokey thing.
Okay, maybe I did kind of forget about that one,
I think he thinks this is part of a...
Now, if he would have trimmed it down to 30, maybe, instead of 33, and left Hooray off, no, I'm kidding.
Well, there's 33 songs. I'd say he could have cut this to a 16-track album, and I think gotten the point across. There's about 8 hard-rocking songs in here that I really enjoy. And there's 8 songs where he does step into the synth electronic area that it works.
Yeah.
And I think he could have had a very strong 16-track album.
You're right, and that's a good point, because I don't think every time a song is leaning more towards the synths that it's like, oh, this is a bad song.
No.
It's not that.
No. In some cases, it just felt not, I don't know, it didn't click for me. Like, the synth sound was just ancient sounding on some of these songs. But in some, it works. The more guitar that are in these songs, the better the songs were. That's where Billy Corgan flourishes. When he's got the guitar, he's a guitar hero. I mean, he really is. This is not me bashing on him. Man, I mean, when it comes down to someone with a guitar writing songs, Billy Corgan to me is one of the top 5 for me.
He's amazing.
He's amazing. Yeah. So when he steps away and he tries to do other stuff, I mean, sure, do it, enjoy it. But to me, it doesn't hit me the same way it does when he's got the guitar and he's doing his thing.
Fair, but he's older now. They've put out a lot of great albums.
I get
it. Is it fair to say maybe, okay, well, we have Siamese Dream, we have Gish, we have Melancholy, we have Adore, which does have some electronic, but you know what I'm saying. So I tend to lean towards, at this stage in their career, at this stage in his life, he's earned the right to do whatever the hell
I
he
agree.
wants.
I 100% agree there.
And I do think in the future, and it's already starting to happen to me actually this weekend, but I do think in the future I'm going to listen to this again and be like, wow, there's a lot of brilliance on here. To your point, I do agree. If he would have trimmed the fat, made this, even let's say another double album like Melancholy was, let's say it was like a 20-song double album where all the songs that we're kind of about are gone. And it's Billy Corgan and Smashing Pumpkins. Yeah. They could put all those other songs out as B-sides anyway in a box set like they did for Melancholy, for Christ's sake.
Yeah.
I mean, some of the things that initially bothered me about Atum are kind of wearing off, to be honest, and are like more, I feel like I'm nitpicking. Let's put it that way. But, I mean, does this stand up to Melancholy? No. But that's a little unfair.
Not much does.
Not much does.
No.
That was just a moment.
No, but I mean, if I'm throwing this at just ballparking it in there, I mean, this is not Machina. This is not. I mean, to me, Oceana was highly underrated album.
Yeah.
Highly underrated.
Yeah.
A lot of Williams' solo work is highly underrated.
Yeah, I'm not as
and I can't
familiar with
pronounce
that
what
as
it
you are.
Ugiala or Ugiala or whatever it is. Fantastic album. And it's Billy doing more of an acoustic, pianos. Fantastic.
Yeah.
When he's doing that, do that. But when you're in Pumpkins, I feel like that is supposed to rock a little bit.
Yeah.
So when I'm just getting synth on some of those songs and the high pitched, like you said up front, Corgan, it doesn't sit the same way as when he's fighting through the sound of like 6 big muffs and
and when you've got 33 songs that you're dealing with. I mean, I'll give you an example. I'm sorry, I don't remember the name of the song. There's so many, but there was a song that started with like an acoustic strum, and he starts singing, and it's like, they're just so great. And then, it gets about a third into the song, and then they can't fight that temptation to throw some synth pattern in there. I'm like, it doesn't need it. Like, this song doesn't need that.
No.
It, like you said, it does work on some of the songs. A decent amount of them, actually, in my opinion. But, folks, this was a behemoth task.
Yeah, it's big.
To listen to all this. Enjoyable, because it's Pumpkins, and I love them. But, like I said, for me, I think over time this is going to grow on me more and more. I don't dislike it. I enjoyed it. Like you said, Corgan's at an elite echelon as far as a songwriter, an artist, a musician, a conduit. Really, if you think of it. I mean, where does he get all this stuff? I mean,
it's nuts.
I mean, like I said, when they wrote Melancholy, what was that? 22 songs or so, probably more. And then the box set had another double album's worth.
And to me, Siamese Dream is better than Melancholy. I'm a Siamese Dream guy. That album there is just, there's not a bad track on that album. There's not a single track I could remove Siamese Dream and be okay about it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a top to bottom
and that
masterpiece.
And that goes back to is it better to have a single album that's a masterpiece than a double album with some, that song's okay, that song's okay.
But I think you're right. At this point in your career, when you've hit this much and you put out this many albums and sold this many records, you can do what the fuck you want.
Yeah.
And it's none of our business. And we can either enjoy it or just shut up, really.
Yeah.
So we're just giving you our opinions because that's what we do, but Billy doesn't care.
Exactly. Nor should he.
You shouldn't. No.
Who are we?
He's giving us too much good stuff to care what we have to say. So
Yeah. What a career.
Oh my gosh.
And then to me, this late in their career, this is like, this is an achievement. I mean, to really to get like most of the core members back. Now this brings up one more thing. I don't want to prattle on too long with this, folks, but one more thing that I was thinking about. And that's why I asked you, because I wasn't sure. I didn't do my research. But, who besides Corgan is back from the original? Because sometimes I feel like with this later period of Pumpkins, and there were times where it was really just Billy and a cast of characters. No disrespect to the cast of characters. They're talented musicians. But I kept thinking, is this really Billy Corgan triple album and the Pumpkins are just playing their parts as he tells them? Or are they more involved in the songwriting? I can't tell.
I think they're less involved than they have been in a long time.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
That's our guess.
Yeah. I mean, even some of the drums sound kind of programmed.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think Jimmy's got quite the say in it. I don't think James is writing quite as much as he used to.
That's how I feel about it.
I think this is a Billy Corgan album.
And I think it suffers a little bit for that. I think Billy is a drop dead effing genius.
Yeah.
But, the Pumpkins' heyday was when they were working together as a band.
Well, don't get it wrong, though. Even back in Siamese Dream Day, that was Billy Corgan and the Pumpkins. He was still recording the bass lines, from what I understand.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I believe so. I mean, he was still writing.
Maybe that's why we don't see Darcy anymore.
Yeah, I think James had some pieces of different songs, and those songs got a lot of credit and used to drive Billy nuts because he wrote 90% of the music.
Yeah.
And then you'd hear like, well, look at that riff off of Mayonnaise or something.
Yeah.
Billy's like, what the fuck? I've written so many songs.
Well, and I know James Iha has his own side projects and solo stuff too. Wow. But yeah, this was a colossal task.
It was.
I enjoyed it. Don't get me wrong. Folks, you know what we're gonna say? What am I gonna say?
Something about buttons and subscribing and...
Well, what am I gonna say about this album to the folks?
Oh, something that's a lot less important than subscribing, right?
What do they think? It's been a while. He forgets how we do this.
We don't do this right anymore, so...
Yeah. See, I haven't figured out Zoom yet. That's why he had to drive to my house.
I don't have Zoom either, so...
Yeah, I'll figure it out, I swear. Because then we can have guests. And,
yeah.
It's going to be great.
Yep.
But... I know Zoom's not hard, folks. I've just been busy. That's right. What do you think? Drop it in the comments. What do you think of this triple behemoth album, Atum, by the Smashing Pumpkins? Or is it William Patrick Corgan and friends? What are your thoughts on that, too? Let us know. Maybe you have more research than we do. Maybe you can enlighten us. But this guy knows a lot about the Pumpkins.
Yeah.
But did you get a chance to talk to your son about it? Did he listen to it yet?
He did not yet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So maybe
he was a big fan of Sire, though. So
of what? I'm sorry.
Sire, I think is how you pronounce that.
Oh yeah, CYR. Yeah.
So I would imagine he probably.
I forgot about that one.
Because to me, this was better than Sire. So
agreed.
Yeah. Okay.
Agreed. Yeah. God, I forgot about that one for a second. Yeah. Was that a double album?
I don't
or just a long album?
Yeah. Well, it said part 1.
Okay.
And I'm not sure what happened with it, if there was a part 2 or
he's
what.
Always got something. He's always in the lab, which is great for us. What was one of the things I was going to say about what I was thinking about when I was listening to the triple album? Something about the length of it. Oh yeah, that's right. I'm sorry, folks. I wanted to make this point, and I finally got it back.
Okay.
I noticed, and this is not unusual for Pumpkins, but there's a lot of long songs. I mean, for a 33-song album, there's like a 9-minute long song, there's like a 7-minute, there's a 6, there's a 7, there's an 8, granted, there's a couple that are like 3 or 4 minutes, but that's the exception. I mean, to have a triple album and have so many long songs.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, this guy is a tireless...
Oh, yeah, he is.
Tireless producer of art.
Yeah.
Is what he is and what they are.
Yep.
So, all right, man. So, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, tell us what you think.
Yeah, what your opinion is.
What your opinion is about Atum.
Yep.
This great new album. Yeah, I think in time it's going to get even more appreciated. So we'll see. And
might be the zeitgeist of the 2020s.
Yeah, could be. So let us know. Please subscribe to the channel. If you're new to the channel, we have a lot of content that we've done over the past, 8-9 months?
It's been a long time.
And we're just this close to 20,000 views. So I think this video is going to put us over the top. So please help us go back and watch some of the older videos if you're a new subscriber. And you can see by the title if it's something that you're interested in. We cover all different kinds of bands. We're huge Ryan Adams fans, by the way, a singer-songwriter. If you're not familiar, check Ryan Adams out. A lot of the core of our subscribers so far have been Ryan Adams fans, and we appreciate you. So yeah, let us know. Subscribe to the channel, smash that bell for notifications. You'll be notified every time we drop new content. Share this video on social media. Tell us about your history with the Pumpkins. Are you a fan? Are you one of those people that's like, after Adore or even Melancholy, I just kind of dropped off? Or tell us what you think about the Pumpkins, and we look forward to hearing from you. Anything you'd like to add?
Nope, that's it. Enjoy the album.
Enjoy the album.
Atum.
All right, guys, we'll see you soon, and let us know what you think. Thanks.